Much, Clement, for that. We'll be looking forward to more. Now, Jubilee Party Vice David Murathe is no stranger to controversy. His interviews are often loaded with political exchanges with his opponents. This morning, Murathe was at the Standard Group Spice FM studio for an interview. Here's part of it.
There's so much to play for in terms of peace, stability. And if you look at what's happening around the region, Ethiopia is in turmoil. They're fighting the Oromo, I don't know who, Sudan, South Sudan, DRC, fighting with Rwanda. I mean, Uganda. We have managed to maintain our peace and stability because of the handshake. And it's Raila stepping back, is the president stepping back and saying, hey, this was not the idea at independence. Where did the rain start beating us? Of course, there were people who, along the way, had different ideas. But if the trajectory had not been overcrowded by ambition, where you had your Tom Mboyas of this world, who had a very clear idea of where to take this country. Unfortunately, 1969, they assassinated him. You had your JMs, who also were like, you can't have a country of 10 millionaires
and 1 million
and 10 million paupers. Again, 1975, down the road. So Oko, I don't know, but is a gentleman. Again, down the. So I think we're getting to a place where you will not see Kenyan refugees. We host a lot of refugees. We host refugees in Daba. We host refugees in Kakuma. And this young generation, they have no idea. They see those pictures there as far removed of women with children at their back, with whatever little they could take with them,
crossing,
going into another border, going into another country to seek refuge. The word refugee, they don't connect. It is to seek refuge somewhere else, because your country, you can't survive. There's bullets flying all over. There's people killing each other with the machetes. We had a taste of that in 2007. God forbid, we should never ever have to go back there. And this trajectory of the peace dividend, and why Uhuru ran with Ruto, is to guarantee you can't have people killing each other who have been neighbors. All right? The protagonists of 2017, we shake hands, and whenever because you shake hands with your protagonist, your friend, you give high five. But in terms of you're making up, you shake hands with the person who you're fighting with.
So when President Uhuru Kenyatta shook hands with Raila in 2008, it was for that. It was, let's calm the tempers down. Let's
2018.
2018. What did I say?
March.
2017. But 2018. Yes,
it's the year that comes before 2018.
Yes. In 2018 March, when they shook hands, it was for that reason. It was let's calm things down. And
the
move
country.
Forward.
I'm actually going back to where Muga was. The country is more important
than an individual.
Than the individual.
Now, at this point, when the president is supporting and openly supporting Raila Odinga's presidential bid, is he doing this as part of looking at ensuring that he creates a lasting peace legacy, or is he doing this to protect his interests? Is he doing this to ensure that he also has a say in the next government? For example, why is he chair of a political party? He's exiting as president. Why does he need to play a part in the political party?
It is the distrust and mistrust in the political class, and who comes in as a guarantor of, those things they agree. Remember, there have been several MOUs in this country.
Many.
And they are not worth the piece of paper that they are written on. So some of these players have insisted that president must be the guarantor of anything that is put. This is the way we're moving. remember, in our current dispensation, it's only the deputy president who is anchored in the constitution who cannot be fired. So you can make Kalonzo today the chief minister and fire him tomorrow.
After fulfilling your pledge.
Of course. But it's only the deputy president. Otherwise, Uhuru would have fired Ruto a long time ago. But he can't. His hands are tied. Unless he can raise the numbers to impeach. However, Uhuru has only one vote, by the way. He can go out there and say who he prefers. That does not equal to the number of votes from Mount Kenya, for example.
Mheshimiwa, would you allow me to differ with you, please?
Yes?
Okay. You are MP for
Yes.
Gatanga.
Yes.
Okay?
Gataga.
Yes, Gatanga.
Yes.
Now, when somebody gets to the point where his people determine
Yes.
that he can lead them,
Yes.
in essence, that person more or less walks with the votes of those people in his pocket. No, it's,
Okay, go on.
yes, because,
Yeah.
and even if they no longer wish to vie for that position, there are people who still support them.
Correct.
Yes, each of them just has one vote, but a leader carries more than just their vote. That's the point I'm trying to say. That if you, let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
You are an opinion leader, even
Right.
now.
Right.
So there are people who will listen to what David Murathe has said.
Yes.
And if David Murathe said this is the way to go, they'll say, okay, you know what David Murathe has said, this is it. It's within that context that I say, the president, yes, as an individual may have a vote, but Uhuru Kenyatta is not just an individual.
Right.
He's public property. He is the president. He is the government, the way we Kenyans think.
Right.
So if Uhuru goes in a certain direction, he goes with a lot of people other than just himself.
And that is why, and I'm glad you said Gatanga, they voted for me in 1997
Yes.
as an oppositionist.
Yes.
I was in Fort Asili.
Yes.
And then Matiba said he's not running. So we went to SDP. And we won. When we came to support Uhuru in 2002, the same people you are saying were in my pocket.
Yes.
Because I went to support Uhuru as a candidate in Kanu, I lost my seat.
Yes.
You are hearing people telling you they are talking to the ground. All right?
Yes.
So they are listening to the people. And as a leader, if we go by you are supposed to be showing them the way.
The way.
But there comes a time when you have to listen to the
what
mood
way
on the
they
ground.
want to be
And I
taken.
want to be very honest here. Mount Kenya, for example, Ruto had 4.5 years free run. Today, the mountain is changing.
Why?
And the Martha effect, for example. All right? And like we started and we said, there's going to be a lot of apathy in Mount Kenya. My own sisters who are political were like, we won't vote. There's nothing in it for us.
We have no skin in
All
the
right?
game.
The minute Martha came in, they said 4 a.m. I'll be on that queue. I'll be on that queue. I don't know these women. They have something. You know? That thing is not just about Mount Kenya. All right? It's, you go to Kwale, you go to Kisumu, the women, now we have something in it. It's now our turn to. All right? So that worked. That really worked. And even for us, we looked at the landscape. Who can you trust to represent the interests of Mount Kenya now that we have nobody on the ticket? If you have Rigathi here and you have Martha here, it's a no-brainer. Because people also have these insecurities. People feel insecure. What is going to happen to us? And that's why people kill each other to get that top prize of the presidency. And now you're feeling, at least with Martha there, our interests are well taken care of. That is Mount Kenya. The women also are finding, with one of us there, they can address our issues. But they should come slowly also, because very soon the boy child will be the one who's under threats.
David, even as you speak about all of these things, the things that we cannot run away from in terms of the promises that are being thrown at Kenyans on a daily basis. Azimio launched the manifesto just a couple of weeks ago. And I mean, it's fantastic in terms of the things that are being put out there. The question, though, remains for a lot of people, and that may also determine some of these numbers that everybody's so actively romancing right now, that could it be that right now, and I'm going to use, a phrase from, this century, could it be that Kenyans are more woke, more than they have ever been, that you cannot throw things at them in the manner of the way promises are coming and then not deliver on them? That there's a likelihood that you will be given a vote by Kenyans today, but then there is a greater likelihood that they will follow up on the same promise should they give you the position. So are these things being said with the realization that Kenyans cannot be hoodwinked anymore? It doesn't matter what side you're on. That everything, when there's a rally, there's a new thing. There were rallies yesterday, there's a new thing that's being said. Manifestos being reinforced, manifestos being waited for tomorrow. But Kenyans are awake and they're listening and they're saying, do not talk to us the manner in which you've spoken to us before. Are you aware of this? Even as all this work is being done, interests here and there, are you aware that Kenyans are not asleep?
Yes, and it's a question of who do you believe? Everybody is promising change. Remember Barack Obama, change that you can believe in.
Yep.
All right. You're having here a set of people in Kenya Kwanza who have been in government for the last 30 years. Musalia came out of university. He was my college mate, 1 year behind me, into government, into a minister in 1989. Ruto, YK 92, from 1992 to 2022 is 30 years, powerfully in government. Even as a minister in the OP, he needed to have gone around slapping. This is somebody who has been in government, even in the Mukatenusu government. Even he was supposed to be a deputy prime minister. Out here now trying to promise people stuff. Raila, on the other hand, has never been in government.
Never.
He, the first one of National Accord, he was even actually complaining.
He was in government in the Moi era.
Corporation. All right? When there was that corporation, it was a plywood, which again, you remember the late Michuki, was that we, as KANU, now swallowed, the Jogo swallowed the tractor and forgot to switch off. So,
Came to
kept
destroy
on
us.
a meeting. But no, going back to her point, which is very important. There's so many clips of Ruto saying, within 6 months, Cameroon Stadium will be done. Within 1 year, we are going to do these dams. Children, the laptop stories and all that. And she's right. Kenyans are woke. And unfortunately, I looked at those numbers again, the numbers you're talking about. The under 35 are actually
48%.
correct? It's like a 60-40. And look at those election queues. Who do you see on those queues? It is the elderly, women, and men. These young people, if they are the generation you're talking about, who have been the target of the hustler narrative, number one, they don't vote. Let's be fair. And they'll wait until like 5 o'clock and they'll say, you want my vote? I want something in return. It's unfortunate. But to put these political people to task, because, for example, Uhuru Kenyatta, people should interrogate what he has done against what he promised. I think some of it was overplayed by the deputy president. But to a large extent, and that is why he's so obsessed with his legacy issues, he has tried to deliver. There were some for one reason or another. Because, again, riddled with a lot of corruption. All right?
Which was one of the promises.
No. With the Uhuru administration, I would give E for effort. All right? Maybe a C minus for the courts. Because these same guys use the court system to frustrate the fight against corruption. So you can see the determination. But if you look at the Kenya Kwanza guys, that terminology doesn't feature anywhere. I hope when they do their manifesto.
All right, that's all we had for you here on KTN News Center. And our jury is coming up next. I'll be back at 1 p.m. with KTN News Desk. See you then.